and that's why I slap at a bass. Hi, my name's Rory Bentley, and you join me in the next part of my countdown of my top 20 albums of 2016. Yeah, so we did number 20 to number 16 last time, and today we're going to start at number 15. So, 15, Neurosis, Fires Within Fires. So this is a band that I haven't actually done a review of or discussed in great detail, but I've mentioned in passing in some other reviews. So Neurosis what are Neurosis? They are a unique thing unto themselves. They have elements of doom, they have elements of hardcore, they have elements of sludge, post-rock, shoegaze, folk. I might have already said folk. They are just an anomaly. One of those bands that only really kind of produces an album when they feel like it, and a band that only plays live shows when they feel it's going to be significant. You know, they've become rarer and rarer, but they've become hugely influential to so many different scenes, whether it be hardcore, sludge, punk, doom, you name it. Well, you know, not rap, obviously, you know, country, but nonetheless, they are a hugely influential band, and one that I'm a very big fan of. The last few albums have been very kind of expansive post-rock affairs, and really kind of drawn out songs that pull you into a moment and don't let you go. This album is a lot more direct. There's a lot of brevity to this album. It's much more riff focused, and it goes back to those kind of sludgy punk roots of their earlier albums, but with a new level of maturity and those beautiful, vulnerable, soulful moments of kind of folk and just really kind of blissed out ambient music are still there, but they are often surrounded by some absolutely cunt punching or dick punching, you know, I'm equal opportunities here. Cunt or dick punching, column A, column B, riffs, some absolute just bastard riffs, molten slabs of swinging dinosaur bones crushing you in the face over and over and over again, and it's absolutely thrilling to hear them sound so kind of pissed off. You know, they're not fast riffs. I don't think Neurosis really kind of do fast anymore, at least. But there's a savagery to what they do, and the way these kind of riffs kind of smack you repeatedly. It's not monotonous, but you know it is very hypnotic, and there's some truly masterful songs on here, and I would fully recommend you check this album out if you're looking for a way into Neurosis. This could be it. This or the last album is some of the most accessible stuff they've ever done. There are things to latch onto, and you know, this one is one of the rare occasions on a Neurosis album where I think, oh, brilliant, straight away, got it, I'm in there, I'm in. But as with all Neurosis albums, there are hidden depths, and it rewards repeat listens. So yeah, top quality album, love it. Next, at number 14 is Metallica, Hardwired to Self-Destruct. So obviously, I've talked about that in great detail in video before last, and I really liked it. This is an example of a band not necessarily overthinking themselves. This is a band that really have, you know, underdelivered for a long time, and all it took was them to think, no, I'm not going to do some weird collaboration with some freak. I'm not going to think, oh, let's go back to our roots or whatever. Let's kind of try and imagine what it'd be like, you know, in 1986 or whatever. This is a band going, I'm good at this, you're good at that. Let's have a little jam. Let's play some songs and see what comes out. And what comes out is Metallica and loads of brilliant Metallica songs. Yeah, all right. There's a few songs that could have definitely been left on the cutting room floor or made bonus tracks or whatever, but the vast majority of this is top quality music and just great Metallica songs, and I will take great Metallica songs all day long because they shit over 99% of everything else, in my opinion, and most people's opinions who like metal. You know, there's going to be a lot of people that still want them to make Ride the Lightning over again, but It's not going to happen. And, I'm happy for them to make the Black Album's most direct to the point, slamming bits over and over again all day long. Metallica, you're allowed to make good Metallica songs. You don't have to push the boundaries. That's what they've done here, and it's brilliant. At number 13 is Milk Teeth with Vile Child. So this is one that I reviewed earlier on in the year. Just a real collision of different kind of styles and influences, but a very cohesive, very distinctive sound. One of those moments where you can hear each element of influence very, very clearly, but at the same time, when it all comes together, the sum of its parts is something completely different. This is a young, exciting band that write great, catchy, anthemic songs, but with a rough, raw edge. These aren't the average kind of pop punk songs that you hear about in, Kerrang radio, or you read about in Rock Sound. This isn't Tonight Alive or As It Is or anything like that. This is really kind of proper, what I would call pop punk, and swaves of alternative rock and grunge mixed in there as well. There's stuff that sounds like the Pixies. There's stuff that sounds like Sonic Youth in there. There's even stuff that sounds a bit like A Perfect Circle. It sounds like hardcore. It sounds like punk, and it sounds like the future. And just brilliant, brilliant album. And the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm regretting not having it a bit higher up in the list. But this has been a very, very strong year, and do not be fooled. This is a incredibly strong debut album by an incredibly strong, exciting band. And more about incredibly strong, exciting British bands later on. So, number 12 is Weezer with the White Album. So going back to what I said about Metallica, just doing some really good Metallica songs. Weezer have had the innovative idea of doing a load of really good Weezer songs, and thank God they did, because Weezer, one of those bands that were in a bit of a free fall, they somewhat arrested that descent into irrelevance with Everything Will Be Alright in the end. But this, the White Album, is the real motherfucking deal, y'all. Is what Americans say. Some of them do, not all of them. I don't want to stereotype. So yeah, the White Album is just an example of a band knowing what they're good at and fucking doing it. Do I want to hear Rivers Cuomo doing a song with Lil Wayne? Not really. No, thank you very much. Do I want to hear what Weezer would sound like as an electropop band? Yeah? No, absolutely not. Do I want Rivers Cuomo to write 36 minutes of fantastic, filler-free, uplifting, melancholic, and life-affirming pop rock? Yes, please. Give me as much of that as you can give me. Give me a short, sharp shot of brilliant, brilliant pop rock. And that's what he gave me. And that's why he's in the top 10. And that's why he's in... Well, he's not in the top 10. Come on, don't get ahead of yourself. But he's in the top 20. And he's going to be in a lot of people's top lists at the end of the year. Because, yeah, Weezer, back on form. All is good in the world. Now, going from 36 minutes of brisk, beautiful pop rock to 50-odd minutes of just mind-expanding, complicated, brooding, expansive, mega post-rock sludge metal madness. And that is Cult of Luna with the album Mariner. Cult of Luna, for those of you maybe heard the name or whatever, haven't really checked them out, some of you probably know them very well, but let me fill you in anyway. Are a, I guess, post-metal sludge band, but nothing like Neurosis, nothing like the other post-metal sludge band that's in there. They are from Sweden, and they just specialise in just amazing, expansive, incredible soundscapes. Again, that crushing heaviness, that so loud, that wall of sound that's so powerful, but almost serene at the same time, like the calm within the eye of the storm. This is what Cult of Luna specialise in, and they do it very, very fucking well. They've got a stellar back catalogue of incredible albums, culminating in the career highlight that was Vertical, the last album, which was a concept album about the film Metropolis. For those of you that care, so very kind of weighty, very heady stuff. Not always that easy to get into, but once it's like Neurosis, once you are in there, you don't want to go out. Now, a lot of people, myself included, think they hit their creative peak on Vertical. Where else have they got to go? What else can they do? How can they top perfection in this genre? Well, the answer is to do something slightly different. So what this actually is a collaboration album. And not the Metallica Lou Reed style collaboration album. This is one that actually works very, very well. And they collaborated with singer-songwriter Julie Christmas, who's no stranger to making the odd aggressive sidestep. No stranger to the rock kind of noise world. But, primarily a singer-songwriter. And she really adds something incredible to this album. So instead of the aforementioned constipated, bellowing, primal vocals that Neurosis certainly specialise in, this is just something completely different. It's not a simple case of just creating this amazing, just brutal landscape of just noise and crushing riffs and swaves of ambient sound and just plonking some pretty vocals on the top of it. This is something completely different. And, there are some pretty vocals on top of it, don't get me wrong. And this is a beautiful album in a lot of places. But also, what Julie Christmas brings to it is a real dynamic range of emotions. The stuff she's able to do with her voice is just like nothing that you're going to hear this year. It's not just a simple case of various different vocal techniques applied deftly. There's moments of absolute madness on here. There's a moment where she sounds unhinged, vile, aggressive, uncomfortable. There's moments where she does sound beautiful. There's moments where it sounds really kind of poppy and upbeat, but at the same time there's just an unhinged level of optimism when she is doing that as well. And there's just moments of pure aggression as well, creepy moments. She just runs the gamut of emotions, and she paints these most beautiful pictures over the best canvas around for this kind of music, which is that backing band. And in some ways they are a backing band here, but you know what, they're the best backing band around. The Bad Seeds are a fucking backing band, and I don't see anybody casting any dispersions on them. So this album is absolutely mind-blowing. It's thematically about space travel and transcendence and stuff like that, and it really does feel like you're traveling through space. And if you're going to check out one song, check out The Wreck of SS Needle, which is just an absolutely astonishing piece of work, and just a song that's been in my head all year ever since it came out. And the weird thing is, it's a ridiculous 11 to 13 minute song, but there's hooks in there, and there's just it is just leaves you speechless. And the more I'm talking about it, the more I regret that it's not way further up my list. But don't let that put you off. This is a truly incredible record, and I'm sorry I didn't review it, but you don't care anyway. So that brings us all the way up to number 10. I'm not going to do number 10. I'll save that for later. But that is my rundown from 15 to 11. So look after yourselves, and I'll be back very shortly to tell you my opinion on some other stuff. Will you come back? Probably not. You were just here for the Metallica video, weren't you? I know, I won't take offence, but keep slapping that bass. It's easy bass, isn't it? It's like shit people's guitar. Kidding. Bye.